J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show for P-Valley, episode 7 for season 2, first reaction. That was a hell of an episode.
Yes, it was, Jay. Yes, it was.
Yeah. I'm here with Kelly Lee.
Hi.
And we got a new guest that's been here for a while, but popping up to talk about this episode. I got my girl, Gina Brown. Hey, Gina.
Hi.
Peter.
Hi.
Hey. All right.
I'm happy now. Super duper happy.
Yeah, definitely. So let me get these. I got a few little pictures I got ready up in here. But this last P-Valley episode, it was a lot they try to cover with, the abortion situation to the two men.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Froze. I'm trying to fix it. I know how I can fix it, but hold on.
Okay.
Here, while I'm trying to fix it, Kelly, what did you think about this episode?
It had my heart palpitating, I will say that. It was extremely emotional. I was up and down in thoughts. I was screaming at the TV because I was just so confused about, so many things, especially with Grandma Ernestine. I'm like, why did they take her to the hospital from so long ago? I know that at that time, in the height of the pandemic, some people were afraid to go to the hospitals because they were like, that's where it is, and a lot of people were getting worse being in the hospitals. But I just didn't understand. I'm screaming like, why didn't y'all take her to the hospital? And they didn't even go with her. They just let her go. Like, bye.
Yeah, Gina, I know you know a little bit about the medical field, to say the least. Back then, were they letting people ride with them, or they wouldn't let them ride if they wanted to?
You were going to the hospital if you were really bad, because chances are, if you weren't that bad, when you got there, you would get worse.
And then I guess I'm now thinking back, like they weren't letting a lot of people in anyway. You couldn't go in with your relative. Okay, all right. Because I definitely was cursing at the TV, like, why on earth did they just leave her in the ambulance by herself?
Yeah, they wasn't letting people go in the ambulance with them and stuff. So
okay.
All right, Gina, what'd you think about this episode? What stood out to you in this episode? Was anything shocking?
It wasn't shocking. It was passionate, I would say.
Okay.
Mercedes and her daughter, that was really touching.
Yeah.
And having Pastor Woodbine connected to them in that moment. So
she saw herself, like she saw her mama and herself.
Right.
Mistakes she said she would never make, she making. So yeah, I get that things. And these teenagers today will give you hell, as we all have had, our teenagers and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely is definitely not easy. So let me ask you this, Kelly, as a lady seeing what Mercedes was going through with her daughter in regards to abortion. I mean, what do you think? I think she was trying to give her advice without really giving it. That way she can't say, well, you made me do this or you didn't do that or whatever. But how do you think she handled that?
I appreciated how she handled it in regards to not making the decision for her daughter, because, I mean, in regards to abortions, I have a real funny feeling about it. Like, I would never want a parent to make that decision, because I have seen cases where the person is no longer able to have children, and then that would be, because of a decision that the parent made for the child at that point. You know what I mean? So that would be such a hard thing, that you would make that parental decision, and then later on in life, now that daughter, your daughter can't have kids because of complications from abortion. So I agreed that she allowed her to make the decision. To me, that whole thing was really sad that they even had to go through this experience. But I think that Mercedes did the best job that she could have done within this situation, especially by allowing her daughter to, make the decision, because she did let her know that she loved her during the course, even if, when she wasn't there for her at those times, but she still loved her. I think she was open enough to say the good and the bads about it. You know what I mean?
Right. Gina, anything you want to say about what they were showing between these two? It's kind of
Yes, I thought it was really. Can you hear me?
yeah. Go ahead.
I thought it was a really sentimental moment between her and her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she was letting her know, you make your own choice. But I understand I was in the same position. So
Okay.
they had
Yeah.
their heart to heart. And I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Now,
here's one thing that I didn't understand, right? Um, when Mercedes was having the flashback visions of her and her mom at the diner, right? Um, when her mother said, "Go and do what you do," in regards to the guy,
I
right?
know, right?
That part kind of tripped me up, because then she got mad that she
Yeah.
had the condom in her wallet, and then it's like, "Oh, you tricking and stuff." But didn't you just tell her to go and do what you do? So that part got me so confused. Like, what
Right.
were you sending her to do? What That whole part was confusing to me. I just didn't understand it at all.
Yeah, what y'all think she was talking about? Do what you do, because that was kind of confusing to me too. Like,
Hmm.
only do it when you making money for me. What? She pimping her?
Right. At first, that's
They
what I
Pretty
thought it was.
much.
But then I'm thinking, why she flipped out when she saw the condom? It's like you said, Jay, you only could get this money when I send you to get it. You can't get it on your own.
right. You can't get it on your own. Yeah, that was messed up.
What do you think, Gina?
And that's why you got to be careful
Yeah.
with people you may meet, because they could have been like Patrice, all the stuff she did, but now she running for mayor and acting like she born again and everything on everybody. I guess you can, make up for your mistakes, but did she really? She still stole the gym from her daughter and all this other stuff. So
Exactly. She's still a cantankerous woman. No matter how you shake her, she's still lawless.
right.
So
Yeah.
did it make
She's
sense to
like
you,
a
Gina?
by any means type of lady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. They didn't even have anywhere to sleep. Now that heart to heart was good when they was talking. But what do you all think about the heart to heart when Haley came after she saw her in the grocery store, and she had this little bag for Mercedes? I mean Mississippi, and then she had the little sneaky little story basically about how to kill and get away with it, how to get away with murder. So, what you all think gonna happen, Gina? What you think gonna happen with this cell phone in Mississippi? You, you know she probably gonna mess it up, but
I
hopefully she
think
ready.
now she's gonna be able to make moves because that phone, he tracks her every move. She can't be away from him for 2 seconds. And since she got a sense of freedom, I feel like now that's why he's inviting her to come places because he don't want her to be alone to be able to make some type of move.
Mm-hmm.
The way that she's reacting to him, he could feel that she's like, done. You put those hands on those kids, and now that's it. He could feel it. So that's why he's trying to keep her within arm's length.
Mm.
Right.
But now she has the situation with her baby. She knows
Mm-hmm.
that he's not going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And now she has another out through autumn.
Right. Plus, she walking around with her face beat up. I know she tired of all of this.
Of
And look,
course.
Yeah, it looked like she was tired when she was in the grocery store. Kelly, what you think about this little care package she received in the little story? Seemed like
But
she was slow for at first, wasn't picking up. What you talking about?
oh, that's right. I mean, I agree with Gina. I mean, this part is really, really touching for me because, yeah, I would never want to see any woman in that position. And I've known women who suffered that victimization, being abused in abusive relationships with little ones to take care of as well. And I think that Autumn is the same thing that she's been all this time, and that's saving everybody. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because now Mississippi has somebody who she knows is directly cares about what's going on with her. You know what I mean? And
Uh,
she's able now to have, somebody there. And that story, whether she was slow to it or not, to me, it's like it was necessary because you don't want to wait till it's too late for you to be the ultimate victim and your children. Now you leaving them with an abusive father. You
right.
don't want for anything to happen to your children. You know what I mean? That is a parent's worst nightmare, that your child can be harmed. So now that she has support from somebody else who's not just seeing her beat up at work or helping her with the baby at that point in time, I think that she will be able to make a better decision now for herself and her children.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope that there was a piece of clothes or something trinket in that bag and not just that damn phone, because she gonna get her behind bus once more if he don't show her what she brought over. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's true. You know he gonna be looking. What did she bring you? What was it?
Exactly.
She
What did
popping
she
up.
bring? Right.
Yeah. So yeah, the dude is. Oh man, he definitely brings life into that role of a sick abuser stalker. Like us men that
Right.
are not that way hear stories from women, but to live like that, oh my God. Ain't no
Right.
way I could live with somebody over my shoulder like that. Everything I do, every step where I take the
Mm-hmm.
phone, disconnecting,
Mhm.
but that's insane. I
This is what
mean,
you have to deal with day in and
Yeah.
day out. And a lot of women live this life. It's sad, but a lot of women do live this life or have
Mm-hmm.
experienced some form of physical abuse, domestic abuse, in some form of way or the other. And this is what it looks like, Jay. This is exactly what it looks like.
yeah, that's crazy. There's no way I would be able to deal with that type of relationship uh,
Mm.
without even the hidden and violence. Just just how he acts on a day to day basis alone is enough to drive you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then you
Mm-hmm.
throw in putting his hands on her. That's right there is automatic violation. So
Right.
why ladies do it and how they stay, I don't understand. I had a
Well,
feeling she gonna mess this up somehow with this phone.
oh
I
gosh,
hope
I hope not. If she messes up with this phone, Jay, he's gonna kill her because it's gonna
she
be
gonna
extreme.
shoot him. She gonna shoot him. Watch, mark my word.
Yeah.
She
You
gonna
think she's
mess
gonna
up with
shoot
the phone. She gonna mess up with the phone, beat her up, grab the phone, and she gonna get to the gun and shoot him.
But she's gonna have to shoot him in the ultimate form of self-defense because um then she's gonna be taken away from her kids, Jay. And I don't know if that's how the story's gonna go. I mean, I told Gina what I
It'll be
thought
self
about what's
defense
gonna
when
happen.
you see how beat up she is. So
It's not
Gina, what do you think about this phone and what?
No, it's not, because the sheriff. I think the only way that anybody would care about the situation is if she was to kill him, because him beating her, nobody cares. The
right.
sheriff came to their house and seen her face, and he did nothing.
Hmm.
So
Everybody knows that
nobody's
she's
gonna do
abused.
anything unless she hurts him.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that
And
makes
remember, Jay, his family is a very wealthy
Yeah.
family, right? even though we're not seeing it, we still know on the back end that his family's a wealthy family. They're not gonna just be on some, oh, she, she shot him or she killed him, and it's not, it's self-defense. But I definitely, so Gina and I had a talk, and I'm like, the only way she could get out of this is if the kid, the 3-year-old, shoots the father. Remember, she left the gun in the couch.
Hopefully she moved it instead of leaving it there for a week or two.
Well, hopefully she did, but to me, the way she's not going to get away scotch-free by killing him. Somebody else has to kill him. She can't do it, else she's going to pay the price, and her kids are going to be taken away from her.
That might still happen with the 3-year-old shooting him too, because you got guns laying around and kids shooting.
Right.
Mm.
So, but that's a good theory, though, as far as her not going to jail, at least. But
Right, because the minute she goes,
put you in jail if your kids do something like that. I don't know.
Minute she goes to jail, where the kids gonna go?
They'll put them in foster care or with a relative, but I don't know. We'll see. I think if she is in the midst of beat all up and bleeding, that might be her best bet. Because then when they come, it's obvious she got beat up and was trying to defend herself. She tiny. What can she do with this old cock strong ass curly Sue looking mother?
But Jay, like Gina said,
having barbecue dog.
Like Gina said, Jay, remember when the sheriff came to talk to him and he was talking about pressing charges against Diamond, he saw her face. She was beat up.
Yeah, but they ain't seen her actually bleeding in the moment of being beat up. Like if she had shot him after he just beat her up and she called police and they came right while she's still bleeding fresh and crying, that would be, hard to ignore. And she can't say, oh, I fell down the stairs.
Okay.
Gina, what you think? You want to add anything to that? All right.
I'll stick with the same thing.
Okay. So I don't know how she may get out of that, but it will be interesting to see.
He has to get out. That guy has to go. Derek has to go.
We saw is somebody got into something. And I don't know. I don't know what y'all thought about Cliffy Pooh and Murder's relationship. But
Jay, I think you should get another picture. He just looks like such a tiny little boy in that shot.
Right. Hey, Cliff is a big dude.
Cliff is a big dude.
That's a big dude. And he was on top of him, and I was just thinking, like, oh my goodness, that's a big dude. Like, you get up off of me. But anyway, so what do y'all think about this relationship they got going on? He told Cliff, I want you to fill me up. And one thing that he did say that I think will come back is he told him he don't need a condom and that he clean. But we already know he been rolling on the highway with Big T. And I ain't talking about on that tour. So
that would be so crazy, Jay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so crazy? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, maybe he killed himself because he got AIDS.
I'm speechless.
All right, well, let me go to Gina while you get your breath back. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You thought about that, Gina?
Yes.
Wow.
It was like it was an emphasis on it. So it stood out like.
Yeah.
And then did have, other engagements.
Damn it.
So
that'll be too much. That'll just be too much for me.
But Cliff
like
also did.
COVID,
at the roller rink for the birthday.
This is a lot. This would be so much if that happened.
Mm-hmm. You hear what Gina said?
Say it again, Gina. Sorry.
I said we saw Little Murder's encounter, but Cliff also had an encounter at the roller rink for the birthday.
When he pulled out that baby arm.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yes. So, oh my
Cliff pulled that thing out like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why they call me Unc.
Oh, so how they know they
But in
clean
that
then?
scene, we didn't see the protection.
No, we didn't see it. So
And remember,
Little
Big T
Murder had
came out.
protection.
He did with yes, he did.
yeah, T
I'm-
put it on for him.
so that means if anything happened, it came from Uncle Clifford.
Well, we don't know what else he's done, or in his time since he's been tested or never been tested.
Well, Cliff, Little Murder only been with Teak, and if they use protection, then
You got to keep in mind they only been together on this show. They obviously did stuff in prison, and that other dude knew about it. That's why he kept coming, and T kept trying to defend him. And he was like, "Man, don't worry, girl. You ain't his type." You remember that? Like, I know Gina remembers.
Mm-hmm.
I am so shocked right now. I don't know what to think because I was lost. I didn't connect any of that.
Well, Kendall said, "I don't think Big T would have kept that from Lil Murder." What y'all think? Y'all think he would have told him?
Yes.
Yes,
I don't know.
Big Seek loved Little Murder. Like,
exactly. He loved him.
He
They had a
wouldn't have did that.
relationship.
Okay. I think that he shouldn't have shot himself in the car. Well, he did tell him to get out.
mhm.
And Murder said he's going to stay with him. So he knew he was going to stay with him till the very end, So, because he didn't get out, he didn't, oh gosh.
Yeah.
If anything happens, Uncle Clifford gave it to Lil Murder. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
Because he and Teak use protection.
Well, like I say, as far as the show goes, you're right, because we ain't seen nothing else. But look at Cliff. He gave it to him.
Oh gosh.
But we'll see. Because we don't know what they done did off the the time periods, be it when they not showing us the show. Which is one thing I hated with TV shows, because you miss so much.
So wait, so does the stuff that happens behind that we don't see, does it count, Jay? Or like we didn't see it, so it doesn't count.
Right. I only counted what we saw on the show, but I don't like to jump to too far of a conclusion to say they didn't do this, that, because we don't know. They may have a new lover pop up next episode.
I'm not gonna be happy if that happens. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not gonna be happy because I so thought that Lil Murder in his little Cisco routine and outfit, I thought that was so cute. I really did. That part was too cute.
That was sweet.
He tried to cheer him up.
Right. I didn't think that they was gonna get hanky panky because I was just like, oh, it's inappropriate. Like grandma just left. He's just crying. Don't touch me right now. But clearly they didn't have those rules. I don't know. I thought it would go down.
Men don't think like that. They like, I need to feel good, and this right here about to make me feel good, and let's do it.
So, woman, we would be more emotional. Like, just let me.
Right. Right. Women have been
maybe tomorrow.
It's not the right time. I have a lot on my mind.
Right.
I thought that's what's gonna happen. I did not see it going down. I was lost this entire episode. I was lost. I'm not gonna lie.
As soon as I saw him with that outfit on, I said, "Oh snap!" He done put on the cameo. He put on the cameo cup. Ow! La Marna. Marna. Oh.
Yes.
Like, oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna go all the way. I thought it was gonna stop, maybe some spooning or something, but
Nah, it was either that was about to go down or it was about to turn into some 70s wrestling up in this piece. Ric Flair, woo, versus Bulk
oh
Bulk
god.
Hogan.
I don't want for either of them to be a victim of STDs and stuff. I just can't deal with it if that happens in their relationship. I'm not going to be happy at all.
Right.
All right. Another thing Kendall said, Miss Ernestine by the lake had me almost in tears. What
That
did
was
y'all
really
think about the flashback of showing her life in the club for all those decades?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was beautiful initially, but then like 5 seconds in, I was like, oh no, she's gonna go.
Right. I loved it. Like the tribute to her. I love the long flowy hair to the afro. I thought it was really beautiful. I like the Soul Train moves and stuff like that. And that lends to Uncle Clifford's attachment to the
Right.
paint. You know what I mean? It's not just a building for him. It's his life. It's his history. So, it's his family connection to it. So he's not just looking at it as, yeah, okay, this building is gone. Let me get another one. It's not the same. So you saw the sentimental attachment that he actually has to the building. It's not just a building for him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. He need to stop with that sentimentality though, because it's getting in the way of business.
Business. Yeah.
But it was kind of interesting also to see Cliff running around with a purse even at that young age.
He said, I can't remember what year Little Murder said he had it. The Gucci bag was from, but it was cute. But yeah, that shows that he said he's been Uncle Clifford his whole life.
Yeah, Gina, what you think about him running around with the purse and growing up in the pink and all of that?
I thought it was a sweet moment. Like they showed grandmother Ernestine having different looks, and Uncle Clifford has the different looks, and just looking at her with love and admiration. Like I thought it was sweet.
Right.
And the backstory about the mom knowing who she was from young and would beat anybody
Right.
that said anything. So I thought it was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think, Gina, about how the daughter was trying to get the mom to come join her and calling her off the stage?
I thought, oh, that was a moment. Like I thought that was so sad.
Yeah, she said, "I'm gonna
And
stay for a while."
but then later on, she's like, I'm ready. I want to go with Beulah. I want to go with her. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so
Mm-hmm.
full circle.
Right. Because I thought that, so that gave me hope, right? When she said she's not ready yet, that gave me so much hope. Like, okay, because she's gonna pull through. But that scene by the river, and this whole show, I'm just gonna say hands down, Little Murder. I love his sentimental attachments to everything, because he immediately went into that water. If I can't go into the water, bring the water to me. And he's a caterer. You could tell by everything he's done from the beginning, from episode 1 till now. He's been very considerate. He's catering, and that moment was really good too. I don't know the connection yet with the water.
Baptized in dirty water.
Well, yeah, it could be that, right? But I'm happy that he did bring the water to her. I'm just, that part is just so sad.
And they said she was what, 102?
Yeah.
But she probably been running around 100 nonstop.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. But Lil Murder, I agree, he do have a lot of sentimental things about him. Like when he saw that greeting card and he said, "Which one you there with the bed?"
Right.
What you think about that when he asked Clifford about which one was the best?
That was sweet because he didn't expect her to keep them. Like,
Right.
it was no text messages returned. So it's like, okay, I'm thinking about you, but you're possibly not even thinking about me because you still
Mm-hmm.
mad.
Mm-hmm.
So to come and be, well, not invited, he kind of barged in, but to be in Uncle Clifford's space and to see that,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, oh, so you did care the whole time, just like I did. We were on the same page.
Right,
Yeah.
right. He said, I'm in the inner sanctorum. Maybe one day I get to see it. So you looking at it now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you
I
think
think
about that, Kelly?
I
I know
loved
you
it.
shared
I
that.
loved it. I loved it from the moment he was sending the cards. You know, remember T
Mm-hmm.
got pissed off, like, I ain't never got no cards. So I loved it from the time he was sending the cards, and I'm happy that Uncle Clifford kept them because it was meaningful to her. And you know, him seeing that, like Gina said, made him understand that they had the same feeling and the connection was mutual. You know, so I I definitely liked that part. I thought it was cute. And, you know, when he gave her the note, I guess that she looked good in red. I liked it because I like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a card freak. I love cards. Cards are just really sentimental to me. So that part of the show, I really, really connected to that because I love sending cards. I love receiving them. So that part was, I love that part. And look, even Kendall, right? She's saying with the cooking, he's been that way. Remember from in the very beginning when he told Uncle Clifford about the gassy wings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Clifford was like, well, do what you do. And he got in the kitchen, you know, and he made it happen that night. So it's just showing his character as a loving man, as, you know, catering, sentimental. That's a big deal. Those some big bop qualities that he got. Jay. I love it.
I thought the card part was beautiful,
Hmm.
but she only had those to choose from, and she chose the one. I thought you looked beautiful in red, but if Teak wouldn't have got to that other card and she would have got that I love you card, that would have been the favorite.
Of course.
Because
Of
you know
course.
Teak tore it up.
Oh, I'm done.
Gina be Gina be thinking, boy.
But yeah, she's right. She's right. Because
Yeah,
that was the love confession.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. What do y'all think when he said to Clifford? I think that was really deep when he said, "What are you? Like, who? What is you? Who is you?" Like
Mm-hmm.
he say, "I'm Uncle Clifford," and then we saw they was calling him Uncle Clifford even when he was like four
He
or
was
five.
right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He
it
was
was
always
Uncle.
Uncle Clifford.
Yeah, he
Right.
was like, "So how you always been like this? How you always do this?" And so,
Mm.
Kelly, what do you think about how Clifford described his journey as being who he is and living his truth, versus how he said, "I ain't gonna, I'm who the world won't let me be."
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, you see, the thing is that it shows in the past that his grandmother, Uncle Clifford's grandmother, and her mom accepted her for being who she was and did not, you know, attach any shame to it from the very beginning. So she always had support in being who she was.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, the thing that struck me was when she said she's always going to be who she is, but you don't know, like, you know, no one knows what she has to go through on the inside, her struggles and the journey on the inside. Even though she's proud of who she is and she ain't changing that for nobody, there's still so much under the surface that nobody knows about. You know what I mean? So she did give you an inkling to know that even though I'm secure, I've been through a lot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. It's not
Hmm.
you seeing the end result, but there was a lot of ups and downs on to get to this point.
Right.
Yeah. Do you all think that that murder could ever come out and be a gay thug rapper, gangster
Mhm.
rapper?
No. He's who the world won't let him be.
You agree with that?
Yes, because his profession is not going to allow for that. You mean, you know, he may have all the loving, sentimental, caring feelings and such, but he's who the world won't let him be. And then you saw Uncle Clifford said, I understand why you did what you did on murder night. You know what I mean? Because she knows his struggles. She knows what's going on. Remember, she first told him, what we gonna do? We gonna go, remember when the two Dykes got murdered, when the two this, da da da. She knows what's going on too. You know, you of course, you know, they have their feelings, but she knows what's going on.
Okay. All right. Gina, you think he could ever be who he want to be?
I think that he really wants to. He really wants to. And I think he's gonna start to make steps to do that.
Really?
I do, because when the paramedic was like, "We gotta go, sir," he was like, "Ma'am."
He did correct. He corrected them. He
And
corrected them.
in the street where anybody could have saw, ambulance blaring, anybody could have came out.
Didn't even think
He
about it.
stood there, right there in the street.
Do you think he
So
was in the moment and forgot what it was, or he just said forget it, them taking steps?
I think regardless, he was gonna be in that moment.
Okay.
He wasn't gonna go nowhere.
All right.
Right. Because at the
Kendall
end
made
of
a
the
good
day,
point. Hold on, Kelly. She said, I think he's going to get exposed because I believe there's another copy of that movie in someone's possession. So I actually think he is going to be able to come out and be a gay, right? Like Lil Nas X and other people are starting to do it. And I think that might be a boost. It'll be hurting at first, I'm sure, with a lot of people that originally followed him. But I think once, you know, that may wear off, then the machine industry, you know, may push him and lift him up. I don't know. I think it's going to happen with the tape leaking one way or another. Because I thought it leaked when he got up on the couch and had all them texts blowing him up, like, where you at? Where you at? I'm like, oh, it leaked and Wody blowing him up.
oh,
Yeah, so I thought it had leaked, but it didn't. But I think it will leak soon, and he'll be forced to have to say something. So.
or just Woody gonna just kill everybody who's attached to that.
Call him Wody the Equalizer.
Exactly. He gonna just take everybody out who touched that tape. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah. So, all right. Any predictions y'all want to add for next episode? What do y'all think? Gina, what do you think for next episode may go down?
I think Keyshawn is gonna step up.
Okay.
I think she is. I think she's going to get Derek out of here because she's tired. And she's already been having the thoughts, and now she has somebody come to her
Right.
trying to help her. So I think she's gonna do it.
Right. Okay. Before I get to you, Kelly, Lexi, I saw this, but I thought of something different. She said, did anyone else catch all of the subliminal messages regarding Black Lives Matter? It meant everything to me to see that powerful message. I only saw it once, and that was when they was at the abortion clinic.
Yes.
I think they ran out of signs and had one extra just hold the Black Lives Matter. Like, wait a minute, this ain't for black people. Wait.
I thought it was such an opportunistic moment because you don't care about Black lives, but now you care about it in regards to abortion rights. You know what I mean? Like, there you go.
I didn't think that was accurate. From the little stuff I know about what go on behind the scenes, I think they have too few of signs, and gave that person that probably said, well, hell, nobody will know if they do.
Right, because I'm like, oh, you know, y'all don't care about us, but now you care if you know, to promote your agenda. Black Lives Matter now, huh? Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that there was they ran out of signs because it made me laugh when I saw that.
So did you think that she was going to, through the whole show, right? Did you think that she was going to have the abortion?
I thought she wasn't. And they kind of made it like a happy story that she did, which I don't know about that. I don't know if this is a happy story that she did have an abortion, or a happy story that she, you know, would have kept the pregnancy. I don't know how this
Mhm.
go. It's very complex.
But you see, I think one
Could
of
have
the
did adoption, maybe.
things that meant something to me at that moment was when Mercedes gave her the keys to the car. She, at that point, to me,
Mhm.
that symbolized you have full control. You know what I mean?
Right. Where
You
you
really,
going?
yes, and I'm gonna support you either way. You know what I mean?
She let
So
out a big old smile when she turned to Jackson.
Mhm.
because you know what, she knows exactly what's going on. She knows the life
Right.
that daughter would have had. She knows, and it's a little boy just like her. You know what I mean? It wasn't exactly Mercedes situation. So it's a
But
little
she's
boy.
15 though. And
She's
that's what
15
she
and the
can
little boy's
relate.
14. He's an artist who's 14 years old. You know what I
Right.
mean? So yes,
Mercedes was 15 when she had her. That's what I'm saying though. I was
okay.
able to relate. Look at that smile.
Right. But remember, see how Mercedes said her mom didn't even give her a choice. She said she was going to have it.
Mhm.
Right? Her mom didn't give her a choice, even though she, she did have thoughts about, aborting the pregnancy, maybe fleeting thoughts, but her mom was not going to allow her to do it anyway. And we don't even
Mm-mm.
know why, because something's clearly off with the mom. The mom's story is not making sense to me.
She probably knew still about what was said in the Bible, but backslid and was running them streets and then got herself together.
Or knowing that there's a grown man and money could have been involved.
That's
Because
possible.
you taking your daughter to the diner, right, to have lunch or whatever with your daughter, and then telling her you don't got no money, go do what you do. Something's off with her. She's, that's the one character that I have no feelings for. I'm not liking her at all.
Yeah,
It
that
doesn't
was crazy.
matter.
I couldn't
Right.
imagine telling my daughter, go do
Go
what you
do what
do
you do,
so we can
because I
eat
don't
some
got no
food.
money. I could imagine if she was like, "Look, run out, and I'm running out. You run out too." Or if you don't have no money
Mhm.
I would have
like that.
did
But
that before
right
told her
before you
to
go
get
tell
out
your daughter, go do what you. What
for some
what did she
eggs.
mean?
I know, right? For some eggs.
And who is
Right.
this dude that she's going to see and taking her to go stay at the house?
Yeah,
Oh,
Like, she don't know him. She don't have any money. So why is he just gonna be nice and take her and her daughter in?
right. So she, my friend. She was like, mm-hmm, and then she wanted to be the ultimate violent mother, busting her behind down on the floor in the diner like that. This,
Mhm.
what did Uncle Clifford call her? Beatrice. Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
Yes, Beatrice. Beatrice is so confusing to me. So Mercedes knew I mean, as an adult, we know what complications that a child will go through bringing a child into the world. You know what I mean? And so yes, I could understand why she was, elated with that big smile at the end. But she did give her. I really appreciated the fact that she gave her the control. The keys to the car was the symbolization of the control that she gave her. Like, I'm going to support you. This is entirely up to you, and I'm going to
Mhm.
support you either way. So I think that gave her daughter T some more, empowerment. Like, because look at her, she's looking for love in all the wrong places. The
Right.
daughter, you know what I mean?
All right.
She's fighting for her mother's love, because she continues to reiterate on, you never came back. Even when you had the opportunity, you still didn't come back. She wasn't there at the birthday parties, she wasn't there at certain special
Mhm.
events. So her life, Mercedes was really caught up in her life. Didn't mean that she doesn't love her daughter, but she was caught up in the life. That's
Yeah, the
why the
daughter
courts
shouldn't
looked
throw
at.
too much stuff back at her mama. She don't know the whole situation.
But she's hurt. She's hurt. So I didn't see it
Right.
as being totally wrong, because this is a broken child. You understand? And then especially now to hear the drum, like what she was saying, right? When the stepmother, I guess, drinking yourself to a stupor because you don't want to deal with the reality. This just didn't start to happen. So that means she's been seeing this all this time. So
Mhm.
remember, that woman too, I can't remember, Shell, right? She's been going through her personal dramatics because her husband take the picnic, you raise a picnic, he's dead and gone, and she has all of this just to continue, like she said, looking at the product of the infidelity of her marriage. So even though she took the responsibility to raise P, she still has womanly hurts as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gina, we about to get out of here. Anything you want to say before we go?
I just want to say that Terica, I feel bad for her because she's like feeling unwanted by both mothers. Like some people don't get two mothers, and then you get two, and neither one of them make you feel wanted. So I could see her, even though she has her, because at first I was like, okay, your mom is perfect example of why you should be protected if you're gonna do it that young.
Right.
But then I could see her wanting something, like wanting love somewhere else because she didn't get it from the mom.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely. I wonder what's gonna happen with that boy now that he wanted to keep the baby, and now she had the abortion.
You know, boys get over stuff faster than girls do.
Yeah, it wasn't his body. He really had nothing to do with everything after he did the do, basically. So
after he did do everything.
Right. So I get it. Well, all right, everybody. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gonna give a special shout out to my girl Gina, always here holding it down. Great to have you on the show, talking about Valley. No problem. You're welcome anytime. I hope to see you more often. You did great.
Thank you.
No problem. Kelly, always doing great. I'm glad to have you.
I was so excited for Gina to come tonight. Girls rule, Jay. Girls rule.
Hey,
Jay and the crew.
The world moves.
Yes.
Definitely. So, yeah. All right, everybody watching, I appreciate it. We have about 60-some people live right now tonight.
That's nice.
Yeah, this early in the morning. See about Uncle Clifford and little Marcus. He gave him a fill up in pump 9.
I tell you.
Right. Well, all right, everybody. Y'all have a good night, good morning, whatever you want to call it. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye. Stay safe.
Definitely.